Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is my beautiful model Soha. I'm going to start out by doing her brows, and I'm using the NYX or NYX Cosmetics brow pencil. This is the precision brow pencil that I love, and I think I've used in every video that I've uploaded so far. This is the shade Espresso. She has great brows. They're already really shaped and defined, so I'm just kind of barely filling those in and then brushing through them. And then I don't think you'll see it on camera, but I will set them with a clear brow gel just to put them perfectly in place so they stay all day. Now I'm taking Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium Beige or 27B, and I'm using that as a primer and also to kind of carve out her brow even more and fix any spots where we've messed up. Now I'm going in with a really small precision Real Technique sponge, and I've dampened it, and I'm using that to just get off any excess and kind of even out all of the concealer that we applied. And I'm going to set that with my loose translucent Laura Mercier setting powder so that none of the eyeshadows stick in places that we don't want, and they all just glide on super smooth. And I'm picking up the KKW Beauty Classic 1 palette, the original one. I absolutely love this palette, especially if you are a little bit tanner and kind of have like an olive complexion or even just a neutral undertone. And that first shade that I'm using is Florence, and it's just a very skin color transition shade, super light. I'm now going to take the shade Calabasas, and that's just a little bit darker of a brown, and I'm deepening up that outer corner and then kind of bringing it into her crease and then into like the sides of where her nose meets her lid. Right here along the lash line, you can see me using a mixture of the two darkest shades in the palette. That would be Family and Gemini. I'm again just really deepening up right along the lash line and then also into an outer corner, kind of creating a cat eye. Now right here in the middle to the inner part of her eye, I'm using one of the shimmers in this palette, and it is the shade, if I can find it, it's the shade Chicago. And I absolutely love that color. It complements her so well. I also will take the color Saint, which is that really light shade that would be perfect for highlighting, and I use that right here a little bit closer to her inner corner, really close to like her tear duct and then up, and that kind of lightens it just a little because the other shimmer that we use is pretty gold. Now right here I'm taking a matte black shade, just any matte black that you have that is definitely matte, not creamy, would work perfect for this so it doesn't transfer. And I'm taking a really small Jaclyn Hill brush, and I'm just smudging that and like really smoking out her lash line, and that's going to create a very soft glow and like a soft glam kind of look, which is kind of my signature. And then I'm just going to blend all of that back out with a fluffy transition brush. I'm stamping a little more black eyeshadow, and then we're going to add a layer of mascara. Any mascara will do. This is the Essence Princess one that I am obsessed with, but any will do. And we're going to add some lashes. So these lashes are the style Pompadour by Kiss, and they are beautiful. They're very full but not super long, and I wore them in my last video on myself, so you can tell that they're really good for a lot of eye shapes. And I'm going back in with a little eyeshadow and just fixing anywhere that maybe needed to be touched up after we added the lashes and glue. And this eye is looking super smoky and super beautiful, but still very kind of soft at the same time, which is really a look that I'm totally into. I'm just going to clean up under her eye. To do that, you could use a makeup remover wipe, which is what I used in my last video, or a Q-tip like I'm using here with my cellar water, or a makeup remover, but you do just want to kind of create that cat eye look. And now we're going to go into foundation. This is my all-time favorite NARS Radiant Longwear, the 24-hour one in the tall glass bottle. It is so amazing. This was a mixture of a few shades though, so unfortunately I can't tell you an exact shade name for this. I did mix Santa Fe, I mixed a bunch for this one. So We just kind of mixed it, and then I am using that same brush that I've used in all of my videos. That's my favorite Sephora number 36 stippling foundation brush. It's like the best foundation brush I've ever used, ever had. And I'm just pressing all of this into her skin, not really wiping as much as just pressing. I'm taking a Real Techniques beauty blender that's been dampened and pressing all over her skin to get any excess and kind of create an airbrush-like finish. I always do that, and it just makes the client's skin look so beautiful. I'm taking that original Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light Medium Beige or 24 or 27B. And I'm putting that right under her eyes and right down the bridge of her nose. I first applied it with like a little brush, like a flat concealer brush, and now I'm using a damp beauty blender to press that all in. To contour, I'm going to go in with my RCMA or Graftopian has a really similar palette to this, and they're both amazing. But this one is the RCMA palette, and it's just a warm contour palette, and it's so great. It blends out so perfectly. I'm obsessed with those. I'm also obsessed with the KKW Beauty sticks, which I am going to use at some point in one of my videos so y'all can see, but blends out so easily. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of that concealer one more time down the bridge of her nose to kind of brighten everything up in case it got a little muddy and wasn't as bright as I wanted it right there. And I'm going to let it sit for just a second while I apply a little Laura Mercier translucent powder, just specifically right under the eyes, so I'm not going all over her face and wiping a ton of powder. I'm kind of strategically placing it. And then I'm now taking my Hourglass mixed with my Hoola bronzer, but mainly Hourglass right here, to darken up her face and add a little bit of a bronze back into it and a little bit of radiance, because the Hourglass definitely does have like a radiant quality. I did really need a darker shade in the Hourglass, so that is why I mixed it with a little bit of Hoola, which y'all can't really see, but I kind of mixed it off camera. And then I'm going to take, again, that just translucent powder, and I'm kind of going to bake her face just so that she doesn't get oily throughout the day. But I'm not baking all over, and I'm really not baking under the eyes, kind of only on that jawline. I'm taking the Becca, Chloe, and Malika palette. This is specifically the one that Malika created in their little collection together with Becca Cosmetics, and it is a radiant, beautiful blush palette. I absolutely love it. Here I'm taking a little bit of that bronzer again down the sides of her nose just to kind of amp the contour up, and I'm blending that into the sockets of her eyes up towards her brow, which you can see right here, and that will just totally snatch her nose way more, and it'll tie everything in so it all looks flawless and gorgeous. I'm adding a little bit of Becca Champagne Pop to the tip of her nose with a very small brush. I don't ever try to just go crazy with the highlighter everywhere. I try to really place it exactly where it needs to be. And then to tie it all together, I am using that exact same highlighter to highlight everything on her eyes as well. Under the bottom of her eyes, we're just going to take those same shades that we used, that original one, and then the darker brown, and kind of in the exact same order that we used the shades on the top of her lid, we're going to drag those under her waterline just to tie it all together. And then we're going to take that shimmer right here on a flat brush that I wet to, which y'all couldn't see, and apply that right towards like the tear duct of her eye and out, and that will tie the shimmer from the top into the bottom and really make the eyes pop. I'm adding the Laura Mercier loose translucent powder, the glow one that I've talked about before and raved about. It's so beautiful, and again adds like radiance to the skin that's just so pretty. I added that to the high points of her cheeks, and then I'm going to quickly just tightline her eyes because I feel like it could be amped up just a little bit more. And so by tightlining, it's going to make it just a little bit smokier without having to use any shadow. And then this is one of the final steps. I'm just going to take another matte black shade that I've been using this whole time and just kind of stamp that right against the lash line. So not really dragging it down too far, but it just kind of amplifies the eyeliner that we just did. Now going in with KKW Beauty Nude 1 lip liner. Again, these are so creamy, my absolute favorite. It's a true nude on her. And we're going to swap to KKW Beauty 2 lip liner, and we're just going to put that on the outer edges just to kind of deepen it up, because the nude 1 was very, very nude, but if we used only nude 2 all the way across, it would be a little bit too dark. Now I'm going in with the NYX or NYX Cosmetics Liquid Lip in the shade Golden Honey. It's so beautiful. This is kind of an older shade that I've had for a while, and I have not been able to find it at Ulta recently, but I'll try to find a link for it and put it in the comments because it is so, so beautiful. It complements her skin really, really well. This whole lip look does, but it is pretty just kind of muted and neutral so that the rest of her skin and eyes really stands out, because overall her face is so glowy right now and so beautiful. But it's a little bit smoky, but mainly just like glowy and gorgeous. I'm going to finish by spraying her with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and she is all done. She looks absolutely stunning. You could wear this kind of look anywhere on a date night, if you just wanted to look a little glam, run to the store, literally wherever. It's not too much, and it just looks so beautiful. And here's a little before and after. I hope y'all enjoyed, and definitely tag me if you recreate it in any of your posts.